making a video using Smart Technologies recording, and I'm going to use the GeoGebra app in order to show some parallel line properties. So the first thing I want to do is start out with a line, and then I'm going to put a point and make a parallel line to the one that's given, and I'm going to throw another point right on top of that line. And the next thing I'm going to do is create a transversal. I could use a line or a segment going through these two. So we know that this line here and this line here are both parallel, and this is its transversal, so it's cutting through both of these. So I'm going to do some angle measures now so that we could see that vertical angles and corresponding angles are congruent. So let's start by measuring the angles. I have to put intersection points in here. So I'll put an intersection point on these two lines and on these two lines, so that when I do an angle measure, I can select the angle that I want. So these two angles, not that one. These two angles are vertical angles, and let me make the font size a little bit bigger. Okay, so these two angles are vertical angles. So there's our measures, and you can see that they're congruent. And if I were to take my mouse and move the angle, no matter where I put it, it always stays congruent. Okay, so then I will take this angle here, I'll make its corresponding angle. That one shows that it's congruent. And then also the corresponding angle for that second vertical angle. So these two are vertical angles, these two are vertical angles, these two are corresponding, these two are corresponding, and all of those angles are congruent. So if I move any of these points here, it'll change the angle measures, but they'll all stay congruent. Now another thing I can do is I can make a clipping of it. This is Smart Capture. So I can just take a section of the picture that I want, and I'll save it on my desktop. So when I go back to my desktop, I'll just pulls it up for you. I have a clear picture of what I created there, and I can use it in a Word document to create different documents or anything else that I would use an image like that for. And it's very simple.